Hey guys, my name is Mike Bland and thank you for tuning in to Yes We Can Outdoors. Today I'm going to be going over my cooking kit, what I use on my backpacking trips when I go, and how I cook and what I use to cook with. I have now switched to the Jetboil. I had a pocket rocket previously, which is much lighter, of course. But what I use combined comes in a little bit over 2 pounds, a little bit on the heavier side, but please keep in mind, I am not a ultra lightweight backpacker. I like convenience, I like comfort. I enjoy some nice meat when I'm backpacking, so I have a skillet. There's some other items that I carry that not everybody will, but let's just go ahead and dive right in. So the Jetboil is really nice because it boils water super quick. It's really convenient because you don't use a lot of fuel. In the past with my rocket, with my pocket rocket, I was using a little bit more fuel if it was windy, and the wind would kind of blow the flame. So I ended up borrowing a couple times my buddy's Jetboil during that time, just due to the fact that it blocks a lot of the wind. So for me, I decided to go with it. It's something I've always wanted to get, budget friendly as far as the Jetboil goes. So my wife and my kids obviously love me a ton, and they surprised me and they bought me a Jetboil, which I was just super thrilled. And the great thing is, I think they love me a little bit more than I thought, because they went ahead and got me the Java version. So the great thing about the Java version is you can boil your water, you can throw in fresh ground coffee, and it comes with a French press. So I'm able to French press my coffee in the morning, which is just really good. And if you know me, you know I'm not a huge coffee guy. If you don't know me, that may come odd to you, but I'm not really big on coffee. I've hiked and I've camped my entire life, and I've backpacked for many years. Most people know I only drink coffee generally on the trail or outdoors. there's something about the outdoors that just brings a different element of my taste buds when it comes to outdoors. So that's when I primarily drink coffee, is during those times. So I do bring I went on a little tangent, but that's what I like. I bring my Jetboil with me. I bring a titanium cup, and the reason for that is because I just want hot chocolate, tea, or coffee. I have the different options of utilizing that for my hot water items. I do bring a Nalgene water bottle with me. This is what I drink out of when I am backpacking. So it'll just be in my side pouch where my water goes, and this is what I'll utilize when I'm on the trail, actually backpacking to my destination, and this is my drinking ability at my destination. And then, as you can probably see on the side, I also bring a smart water bottle as well. This is what I utilize for my electrolytes, and if I want some flavor with my food, or I just want some extra electrolytes, it's nice to have the ability. These are super light anyway, but I bring all three of these. So I have my electrolyte, my fresh water, and then my hot water items. That way nothing's mixing up. There's some advantages to these. These are like bomb proof, so I can like drop these and throw these around. I can carry it on a day hike if I want to. I can boil hot water and throw it in here and tighten it up really tight and throw it in my sleeping bag at night if it gets really cold. And then of course I can have different flavors for, just enjoying the outdoors. I like to have convenience when I'm out there, so that's real important. That's a real important part for me when I'm going backpacking. Now I'm going to get into my skillet. I actually have had the skillet longer than I had the Jetboil. Actually, I've had the skillet for a while, actually. And the great thing about the skillet is you don't have to have a Jetboil to use a skillet. You can actually use this on a pocket rocket if you wish. There'll be a link in the description for all my items at the bottom. So if you have any questions about it, you can always feel free to ask, or you can go down the bottom of my description. I have hyperlinks to everything that I use. If you are a Jetboil user and you want to use the skillet, you'll have to buy the additional attachment. I think they're like $8. I don't know how much they are. I'll put it up here on the video, and there'll also be a link in my description. So this will go on top of your burner like that, and you put your skillet on top of there. So you would need this. If you have the pocket rocket or any other cooking system, you probably won't need this attachment. However, I do. So let's just start on the top. I use a Human Gear fork and spoon attachment. They're just light, they're easy, they're not expensive at all, they're super budget friendly. They're not titanium, but I don't really care. I just like the ability that I can use one if I want to, and I can put them together, and it makes it for, you know, those deeper dishes. So as you can see, it's taller than my Jetboil, so you can get all the way down. And if you have peak or maybe a Mountain House meal, you can definitely utilize that to get deep in there. So the other thing I bring too is just this little attachment for my fuel. It just spreads out the weight. So if you're in an area where it's rocky and there's a lot of rocks or dirt and it's not balanced and your thing sideways or, you know, tilting, this just gives it a little bit more ability for weight distribution, and it just spreads out a little bit more. So more for safety, I think, than anything. Yeah, it's a couple ounces, but for me, I think it's worth the extra couple bucks to get one of these. I think the Jetboil comes with one too if you get a Jetboil. I have two of these because I bought one before I had the Jetboil, so that's really neat. That was harder than it looked, actually. Okay, the next part, I carry a Swiss Army knife. I do have other knives, but for the most part, this is really all I need. I mean, the toothpick, as most of you guys know, the tweezers, which I actually used recently, and then the knife and scissors, just makes things a lot easier for me. The other knife's just much more heavier, so yeah, so I just bring that little pocket knife. This is called the X Bowl from Sea to Summit. They have different versions of this. They have the cups, they have the bigger plates, they have a smaller one. So I have I don't know what size this is. This is the 38 fluid ounce or 100 or 1,150 milliliter. There'll be a link in my description. But this is super cool because this is actually used as a chopping block too. So if you need a cutting board, this can be utilized as a cutting board, and it can be utilized as a plate, but it can also be utilized as a bowl. So you get the flexibility of anything you need on this, and it collapses really nice and thin, super light, and just really durable. So, you know, I really enjoy that. Next, I bring a spatula to use for my skillet. It comes with this, so if you don't have this skillet and you're looking for it, again, you don't need to use it on a Jetboil. I absolutely love this skillet. I've used it numerous of times before I even got my Jetboil, and this is just super nice, really easy to use. In fact, let me give you a weight too. Let me tell you how much this weighs. So this Jetboil skillet comes in at 11 ounces by itself with the spatula, and then with the bag you're at 12 ounces. So it's a very light option. 12 ounces for a skillet. I mean, you can cook some really gnarly meals with this skillet. So I've absolutely loved it, and I've had a lot of friends borrow it when we're on the trail. So that kind of goes over kind of what I use on my cooking kit. I also utilize these reusable bags. So for me, I will pre-prep my meals, and I will put them in these nice Ziploc bags that are reusable. And I'll put a piece of tape in with a permanent marker of what I need, how much water, 'cause I don't have the greatest memory. So this last one was 1.5 cups of water. So they're really nice because, you know, they're reusable. And generally what I'll do is, you know, if I'm doing like I'm really big on pasta. I love pasta, and it's really light, but I can throw some pasta. I have a powdered milk too, and any ingredients I could put in separate pouches if I wish. But generally, I'll just throw all the different flavoring and mixture inside this bag with the noodle or the pasta. And then in maybe a snack bag, I will put my butter. Some of them require butter or oil. I'll bring maybe a coconut oil or a canola oil or olive oil, but I'll have like a little twisting cap pouch. I didn't bring it out, but that's really cool. And then these are made by Rezip. I believe I got these at maybe on Amazon, if not maybe Target. I definitely didn't get these at. Maybe I did get them at Aria. I don't remember I bought these, but they're really cool. You probably go to Amazon and find some. This is made by Stasher. I did buy this one at REI. A little bit more pricey, but the cool thing about this, you can dump boiling water right in this. And if you have you can just boil your water and throw it in here. If it's really cold, you're probably going to have a food koozie to throw it in to you know, insulate it better, to make it cook quicker. And for me, I need to be budget. I need to have ideas and thoughts of budget-friendly meals. Now to get to my hydro reservoir. So I bring this with me just for easy accessibility to filtered water. I have a pump that I use, and it can pump right into this, or I can throw it in the top and pump it up. The cool thing is, for me, when I'm bringing one of these, is I can just hang this if I want to. There's a nozzle here, and the water will just flow right out like a little fountain. And I can fill up my Nalgene. Normally when I'm backpacking, I might throw a liter in here just for emergency purposes, just to have as spare, but I don't fill this thing up when I'm out, when I'm backpacking. Generally, I know we're gonna be near water or by water. Joshua Tree was a trip I recently did. We were not able to bring, we were not able to pump water, so I had to fill this thing up along with the water cell. I don't have my water cell out here right now, but that's another option. I have a 5 or 6 liter water cell, which is really nice because when we go on backpacks with more people, we just did a few months ago, or last summer, I did a backpacking trip with like 10 or 11 people. So to have a large water cell is really nice because I can have this full of water, I can have my water cell full of water, and it's just convenient. I like to, you know, help out others as well as a community when we're backpacking. So depending on the trip that I go on will depend what I bring. But for the most part, I always bring this water reservoir just for convenience, like I said, and it's easy to access water. So that's gonna wrap up what I bring for my cooking kit. If you have any questions or comments for me, please feel free to ask me at the bottom of my page in the comment section. Do me a favor if you can, like, subscribe, better yet, share it for those that you may know that may be interested in backpacking or want to get into backpacking. And then we'll kind of wrap it up from there. So I can't wait for my next video. Thanks for tuning in today, and I'll catch you on my next one. Have a good day, guys.